What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Sterling. Welcome to the Sterling Hines podcast show. I have a special guest with me today, and I'll let her introduce herself.
Hey everyone, this is Candice.
Candice, tell me a little bit more about yourself.
Because I'm like, you're gonna have to push me this first time for this. Like what? I don't know, like what? Cool, down to earth from Chicago.
She's from O Block.
I am not from O Block. Do not do that. I'm from the South Side.
The dangerous side.
And I've been living here in Michigan on and off all my life, back and forth. So, yeah, that's about it.
All right, today, y'all, we got a very interesting topic. We're going to talk about the things about having things that you want in your future wife or husband. So, Candice, I'm going to let you start off with this one. And what's the...
What? You going to give me the honors to start off? Oh, how nice.
Yeah, you going to let you start off with this one. What's the ideal husband for you?
The ideal husband for me is... first, he has to have God in his life. Has to know how to be prayerful, know how to be strong-minded. Just know what he wants out of life. Gotta love kids. Know how to have patience, be understanding, kind. A family man. If he has trauma, it'll be one or two things. You trying to come up out of that trauma, or is your trauma going to bring you down with you? You know what I'm saying? And if it's that type of trauma you ain't trying to get out of and it's going to bring you down with you, I don't want that. I want somebody that's healed. I would prefer a man that's healed. A provider, a strong provider, a leader, somebody that I could be submissive to. I think we get in these relationships and we be wanting 50-50. And sometimes you can't have that. Sometimes you need to have 100% of you and 100% of me. And we ain't just talking about bills here. We're talking about overall.
Mm-hmm.
And just you want more out of life, full of life, like to live, and love to travel. And understand that I can be a burden sometimes, because I can be a huge grade.
Okay, that sounds good. So let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
So how would you know if that's your husband? Like, what would be something?
I guess I get what you're saying. Like, I guess because I'm so spiritual that God will let me know in my heart that that's him. You know what I'm saying? Because God said, I'll send you somebody that's equally yoked, like-minded as you. You know what I'm saying? It ain't going to take much. It's not going to take much. He's going to let you know, mind and heart, both of them going to be on one accord that this is the one for you. But y'all both have to be on that accord. Because we have people in the world that, yeah, I'm dating you, but she ain't dating me. Or I'm dating him and he ain't dating me. It's one-sided.
Okay.
He's not going to see nobody that's broken or anything like that. He's going to make sure they're in that right place at that right time for you when you're ready.
Right. I think for me, a future wife is somebody who's there to motivate me, to push me. I know at the end of the day, I'm the provider, and I'm the one that takes leadership. But someone that's my backbone. You know, when marriage is involved, you become one. Now I don't think a lot of people take that seriously.
Yeah.
We get into these relationships, and it's like people look at it as a goal of like, well, I ain't gonna be with this person for that long and whatnot. If you're dating just to be dating, then you shouldn't date. You know what I'm saying? Or
Well, I can't say that because, and that's not to cut you off, but it's a lot of people out here that just like to date just to see what's out here. You know what I'm saying?
true.
What's out here? What do other people have to offer? That's the name of it, dating.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it's a different in dating, courting.
Let me
But you gotta be on the same accord with
right. Let me rephrase that because you're absolutely right. Let me take that back. You're absolutely right. At a certain point in age, you want to date with a purpose.
Yes.
If you're one of them people that
I like how you said that, date with a purpose.
Yes, if you're one of them people that's dating just, you know what I'm saying, to figure it out, you know what I'm saying, I'm not gonna come your way. No offense or anything like that, but me at this point in my life, of course I want to date with a purpose. I want it to be my end goal to marriage. That don't mean if unfortunate events happen, I'm just gonna get out, just be like, well, marriage not for me or anything like that. It's just things happen in life that might not work.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm dating with a purpose, and that's why I'm really stingy with my time now. Like, if we not on the same page, I'm not giving you my time.
That's right.
Or effort. You know,
that's right.
If that's what you on something different, and you just want to date just to be dating, that's fine. But you just not getting that out of me. You're not getting that out of me.
Because it's your time.
Right. So, yeah, man. And then it's like, again, what I want out of a wife is somebody who's very who can motivate me. Somebody who pushes me to be better. Because when it comes to marriage, you're supposed to make each other better. It's never supposed to be a standstill at no point. I lift you up when you weak, you lift me up when I'm weak. You're supposed to be able to carry each other together because we're as one. We're strong enough now at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I look at having what's supposed to be my future wife. Plus, I need her to be a woman of God, someone that's that know about the communication and everything. A lot of us still have trouble with communication. You know, on anything, opening our mouths to say what we want or to say what's wrong or anything. You should be able to talk. You should be able to talk to your mate about everything and anything.
I agree.
So, yeah, that's how I look at it. So,
what are some things that you feel like you need to work on to get your wife?
I'm a work in progress, right? So it's a lot of things I need to work on. My attitude, of course, my career. Because when I get in this, yes, I want to be able to be the perfect provider. Not perfect, but someone that we ain't gonna have to wait for anything.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm my family protector and all that. Whatever my wife needs, she's gonna have it, and that's what she needs, not what she want.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because there's a big difference when we say things like that. So it's a lot of stuff I feel like I need to work on, and I'm still working on them and pushing myself to get better every single day. Every single day that we wake up, that's another day to get better.
Right.
So is there anything that you feel like you need to work on to get to where you need to be?
Oh, yes, a lot. One, my attitude. I have a piss poor attitude. I can go from 0 to 100 real quick. I have a bad attitude. I really do.
What is that? Why do you think that? What is that from? Would it be from past trauma?
It's from holding in so much and not being able to express myself or feel like I'm being heard. You know what I'm saying? So instead, I'd rather just hold on to it instead of just giving it to God, because that's what we so quick to respond. And everything don't need a response, instead of just sitting there and saying, you know what, I need to pray about it. But you in your emotions right then and there. You're not thinking about that. You see red, you want rage, you want people to feel what you're feeling in those moments, instead of sitting back and saying, you know what, I'm not going to engage. I'm going to pray. That's hard. That's hard to do. Is it the right thing to do? Absolutely. Because that's where your blessings lie. At the end of the day, when you take the opposite route of what you would normally take, because what you want to do is you want to trick the devil. Because the devil knows, if I do this, if I have this person do this to you, that you're going to respond the way I need them to respond, and it's going to block the blessing that's right there. But you'll trick them up if you kill it with kindness.
Right. So
I feel like that's what I need to work on.
Mm-hmm.
That's my communication, knowing when to speak and when not to speak. Allowing people to, like, a couple of times since we've been on here, I've caught myself cutting you off. That's a problem for me too.
I haven't experienced that.
And when you play this back, you gonna hear that I cut you off. But I have a problem with cutting people off, and it's not intentional.
Mm-hmm.
It's not intentional. But I just know that's something that I need to work on, because throughout my relationships, I was told that I cut them off and I allowed them to speak, and I've been told that I know how to tear down a man. And that doesn't make me happy. I appreciate them telling me this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I appreciate that criticism. Thank you for telling me that, because the next one won't experience what the last one experienced, because these are things that I need to work on. You know what I'm saying? Every time somebody tell you something, it ain't out to poke at you or get you. Sometimes it can be constructive criticism that you need to take heed to. That's why I always say every relationship ain't always bad. Stop looking at it like, I shouldn't have did this, I shouldn't have did that, I shouldn't have been with this person. No, you should have. You got a lesson out of that. Take that lesson from whatever it may have been.
That's facts. And that was the next thing I was about to say. Like, that's definitely, any past relationship is a lesson. Learn. So let me ask you another question. You are on a healing journey, right?
I was supposed to have been, but I ain't really tapped into it just yet. But I feel like I'm getting there to a certain extent. I haven't really been able to get into it the way that I need to, because I've been helping people. You know what I'm saying? I told you, the situation and how I haven't been able to really look myself in the mirror and have those self-reflections, change some of my ways, because I'm too busy helping people, and then I get in a sense of, are they using me? Am I being abused right now? And that kind of sets me back, because then I get angry. And I already told you how I am when I'm angry. I go from 0 to 100. So,
you reach a level.
I think the first step is knowing that you have a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Acknowledging that there's an issue with you. The next step is, what are the proper steps are you going to take to fix those, to better yourself? Because you're not out here to better yourself for anybody else but you. I'm not doing this for nobody but me. So, I know when I do step into it, it's going to be long, it's going to be hard, it's going to be full of tears, because now you have to sit in the mirror and say, I'm sorry for hurting you, which is yourself. I'm sorry for hurting myself. I'm sorry for putting myself through this. I'm sorry for damaging my spirit all over again with the same situation, and having to accept that truth about yourself and apologize to yourself so that you can move forward. And the only way in doing that is having Christ in your life and forgiving yourself, because Christ forgives us. We just be holding on to our own stuff and we don't forgive ourselves. We punish ourselves way harder than Christ does.
Yeah, man, yeah.
Because we don't know how to move past it.
Yeah, I mean that's facts. And I catch myself doing the same exact thing, man. I know it's things that when I needed to work on, like my anger and things of that nature, and how I handle things, and that's what I'm taking the steps to do that, how I respond to people and stuff like that. um if I find myself about to say something out of line, I don't say it. I walk away. So I learn.
That is really good. That's a good quality to have, because I lack that quality. When I got it on my mind, I'm gonna say it, and that's piss poor, because they're saying it's a lot about your character. You have no patience. You're not sitting there. You're not rationalizing. You're just doing, and that's sad. That's sad that you can't sit right there and calm yourself enough to know that everything doesn't deserve a response. But when you got that, you can click that on like that. That lets you know you're moving in a right path on your healing journey. You're working on it. God is with you every step of the way.
Yeah, he does, because he whooped me too. He definitely
we all get it. We all get it one way or another, bro.
We he definitely whooped me when I'm not right. He lets me know when I'm not right, and I feel so bad when it happens too, man. I be like, well, God, I guess I deserve that one. I'm not mad at you.
It happened to me a couple of times. Where I'll be like, all right. It was plenty of times where I had to sit and pray for people I didn't like, right? But at the time, when he put it on my spirit to pray for them, I didn't understand it, so I was mad. I was upset. I cried so hard. So I'm like, I don't want to pray for this person. I don't like this person. No.
But you have to.
I call myself being a Christian, being not even a Christian, a spiritual person, being a woman of God. And I did not understand that, though. Having to pray for this person and pray that this person wins, this person heals, all that. I did not understand. Boom, God gave me the understanding. He gave it to me, though. He said, because you have to pray for your enemies. You have to. Just like you have to be kind to your enemies. You have to.
Mm-hmm.
This is that old saying when people say, keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. Come on now. You keeping them close not just because you want to, it's because you're supposed to. It's a thing of kindness. It's a thing of, if I got a loaf of bread and I'm hungry and you hungry, I have to have that kindness enough to split my bread in half and say, here. Even though you just stabbed me in my back, even though you done talked about me like a dog, even though when I needed you, you was never there, but every time you needed me, I was always there. Johnny on the spot.
Right.
But those are our life lessons. We may not understand it in that moment, but God always reveals it later on while you're on the journey that you're on.
Yeah, I can appreciate you for recognizing everything that you feel like you need to work on, and like I said, you've taught me a lot to look at life at totally different and stop it. Sometimes we can be a little selfish and not at the time look at things the way that other people see it.
Absolutely.
And I'm guilty of that. I'm really guilty of happened. I had to stop it. Oh, you know what, Sterling? Yeah, dude, you're wrong. You shouldn't have done that, man. And that's recognizing the problem and fixing it. And I think that's it was crazy this coming full circle, because it goes back to marriage.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We get in this marriage and we have these issues. If we have these issues in this marriage, this is things that's going to keep our marriage going. If we can recognize the problem, and be like, you know what, babe? Let's just settle this right here. Let's just, I apologize, and let's just move forward from this point on. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? That don't mean keep doing the same thing, but
Right.
you want to fix the problem and throw the problem away. No.
That's the thing. Sometimes, but what happens in the times when you can't fix the problem? You know what I'm saying? Because you feel the way you feel, she gonna feel the way she feel. And I really feel
Some
like in those
situations you gotta agree to
instances,
disagree.
I feel differently about that. Not saying that what you're saying is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel differently. I really feel like in those instances, what a man's supposed to do is, since he's the head of the household, because it's God, the man, the wife, and then the children. And if we talk about it, it's the man being the head and the woman being the neck. And what a man's supposed to do is he's supposed to turn to his wife and say, let's pray about it. Because obviously it's a spirit in here that don't have us connected and not like-minded on this situation. And I'm not going to disregard how you feel about and what you're saying, but I also don't want you to disregard how I feel about it either. So let's pray on it. Sometimes every situation don't need to result in, okay, you were right, I was wrong, or I'm always the bad guy, or we just don't agree to disagree. Sometimes it calls for let's pray. Because it's so many people that's going to be unhappy that you're happy. And it's going to be so many people praying for your marriage to fail, for your relationship to fail. It's so many people on the outside that don't want you to win in no shape, way, or form. And sometimes those entities can get attached to the relationship and cause the relationship to have problems out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
So this is why I say I need a man that has a gift of discernment. I ain't say that before. He has to have that gift of discernment and be strong, a leader for real. Because if I'm going off the handle, I need him to be able to calm me down and not match my energy.
Mm-hmm.
Please don't match my energy. Please be my peace. And that's vice versa. That's vice versa. That's just not just for me. I need to be his peace too. I don't need to add on. You don't supposed to kick a person when they're down. You definitely don't supposed to poke them when they're already angry.
Mm-hmm.
But it's all a part of the healing journey. You looking at yourself, seeing what you need to work on. So when this person comes, y'all both are connected in such a way that certain things ain't gonna break it. Yeah, you're gonna have trials and tribulations in your relationship because there's no such thing as a perfect marriage.
Exactly.
You'll have challenges, right? But those challenges can either break it or it can make it stronger.
Facts. Well, that was well put, well said, and I appreciate you for explaining that to me and giving me an understanding about certain things. That was beautiful. That was definitely beautiful.
For sure.
So all right, people, you heard it first here. The ideal future husband and wife, and you heard the different views of it and everything. Candace, what social media can they find you at? Or do you want to be found?
I don't want to be found.
All right, we keep.
I want to stay in the background.
All right, so we're gonna keep it like that. Okay, people, that was yours truly. That was Candace Renee, and it was beautiful having her here. And I thank you for coming on. I appreciate it so much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for coming on. And this whole conversation was growth, man. It is growth. If you understand us, you know why it's growth. What's understood ain't got to be said, though. So, that was our time, people. We love y'all. Peace.